In today's session, we are going to see why there is a poor quality in construction and which factors are responsible for poor quality in construction. The first factor is low quality materials. Now, how this particular factor affects the quality in construction? In order to build a safe, stable, safe structure, the material whatever you are using in a construction should be of high quality. That is the essential thing. And these materials should last longer, they should be durable, and there should not be any problem as far as the defect aspect of material is concerned. Or we can say, in other hand, the inferior building material causes the problems. Inferior building material causes the problem such as leakages, you can say concrete cracks, dropping of ceilings, or inadequately functioning of an entire structure for which the structure has been built. Sometimes the leaking the drainage pipe will result in a toxic molds on the buildings. So these are the common construction problems, manufacturing problems that can result because of the inferior material of construction. Using a low quality materials in construction indirectly guarantees. So indirectly you are guaranteeing that there is a no durability and improper installation of all the items. So if a low quality material is used in a construction project, indirectly it is a guarantee that it's a zero durability, no durability at all, and this will lead to improper installation fixation. We can take the example of bent window frames. Poor quality window frames may bend while on transportation, transit, and this will lead to installation complications. So as window frame itself is a bent, means it is a poor quality, this leads to a improper installation problem. Second factor is lack of proper contractor supervision of the work. Now, what is the role of contractor? Now the role and responsibility of contractor is to ensure that everything falls into place according to the overall project quality plan. So everything should be as per the planning. A contractor makes sure that the project must be finished on time, and there should not be any wastage of resources, materials, time, etc. Now through constant supervisions, the contractor secures the project quality as well as the safety against any construction defect. Now these are the roles and responsibilities of a contractor. He has to ensure that everything whatever construction he is going to carry out on the site, it should be as per the plan and it should be as per the quality standards. So what you try to do, the contractor always try to complete the project without wastage and in a stipulated time. And this can happen only through a constant supervision. Now if there is no supervision, or we can say lack of proper supervision, what will happen? There are chances that contractor may come across a sign of awaiting disaster without knowing it. So because of lack of proper supervision, there is likely be possibility of issues regarding the quality, wastages, and the time. So here now the role of contractor changes to, he has to ensure that there should be no defect in future. And he must know how the material should be used, what are specification has been given by the client, and how to complete the task as per the planning. So supervision part of a contractor is important in achieving a quality. The third factor is no quality system. Means what? Now how will we detect a source of defect? How to detect a source of defect? Now if there is no quality system in the position, it is not possible to identify the defects. If there is no system adopted, that is quality system adopted on a site, this will boost a possible losses of financial flow of the project. Because of non-implementation of quality management system, there is a possibility of loss, financial loss of the entire project. We can take the example of the delivery of the concrete to the site. Whatever the concrete is delivered on the site, if it is not checked by competent personnel, what will happen? If it is not checked, or it is checked by non-competent personnel, you can say non-competent personnel of the quality department. A concrete is delivered on the site from the RMC plant and it is not, or it is checked by a non-capable person, non-competent person of the quality department. What will happen? That concrete might be poured to the foundation, and while the concrete is delivered to the site, doesn't match the design mix for the foundation. So because of improper checking by the non-competent personnel, the same concrete is used for the foundation, and that concrete is not designed, or the mix design is not for the foundation. So therefore what will happen? There should be a system. There has to be a system on a site to counter check the deliveries of the concrete to the site. And this should be same with the other construction material. Means at the end, this checking work must be done by a competent quality engineer. The fourth point is lack of project auditing. Now auditing is essential in every project or every stage of project in a construction work. Performing an audit is what? To determine the success of the construction work. Auditing is a performance measurement parameter which defines we determine the success of construction work. There are many types of audits. Okay, there are so many types of audits can be adopted on a construction site, and mainly these includes quality audits, pre-selection of a contractor audit, project internal audits. So quality audits, pre-selection audits, and project internal audits. Now this auditing process helps to monitor the performance of the project, and also it ensures that it remains with the corporate procedure scope. So the quality managers are one who should make the responsible, someone has to make responsible for all this quality auditing. So quality managers are one responsible for holding the audits in any construction work. What is their job? Their job is to see that the project construction is according to the set standards and requirement. And if that particular company is following the ISO 9001 standards, then it has to be as per the ISO 9001 standards or as per the contractual standards. So your role of quality management is to see the construction is according to the set standards and the requirement. This set standards and requirements may be from ISO 9001 or the contractual standards. Now without this type of audits, there is no guarantee that the project will not have construction defects once completed. So the quality auditing will ensure that the entire project is non-defective. Next important factor is poor or lack of quality procedures. Poor or lack of quality procedures. Now, if any construction project is to function properly or the execution has to be properly, it is required by the ISO 9000 standard that certain processes to be documented. Now, one of the aspect of TQM implementation is what? Documentation part. Documentation. So when we are talking about quality assurance, we are talking about the documentation. So for any construction project, it has to be function properly. It has to required by the ISO 9000 standard that certain procedure has to be documented. Now what is the use of these procedures? These procedures provide a way, a roadmap of making sure that all the details of construction work fall into place. There is a long, never-ending list of the procedures that a construction company should document. Just to mention a few of these, any construction work should have a procedure of auditing, procedure of procurement, procedure of material approval, a reporting system, documentation control system. So all these procedure has to be first of all laid down. That is called as a quality procedures. Now having such type of quality procedures will create a better quality management system and which will help in preventing the construction defects. So poor or lack of quality procedure is another aspect which will affect the quality in construction. No drawing and specifications. Now a drawing of any of the expected building or the building which is going to be constructed will help. The drawing will always help to create the general idea, we can say the general picture of how the building should be built or how the structure should be built. So drawing gives a general picture idea about how the building is going to be built or structure is going to be built. Now drawing the model of the structure also helps to point out the specification of the construction. It is also important to know on which soil strata or on which geological strata the particular building should be built and what are the types of foundation to be selected for these buildings. Because you know that lack of improper foundation or improper selection of foundation will result in cracking of foundation itself and entire structure will be unstable. The drawing also shows how much area is covered by the building and also it gives the information about the measurements. Now constructing a building without the correct measurements may leave a small room for drainage system and other installation. So important thing is the drawings and specifications eliminate the technical deficiencies. So drawing and specification should be done very properly, thoroughly. The idea should be clear by the design engineer, drawing engineer, to what kind of specification we are adopting for a particular structure. The next important factor is design complexity. Design complexity. What happens? The architects and the designers, we can say the architects and the designers may come with complex designs, complex architectural drawings. Now what happens if you see any complex design or complex drawing? It takes time to understand first. It will take long time to understand the entire drawing, and it is more challenging to construct a building with such designs or drawings. Now in the process of trying to understand, now you are adopting a process of trying to understand, such complex nature of the drawings and design, what happens? One may miss out the important details. One may miss out the important details because the drawing is so complex. A building without a strong support may have cracks which may end up causing the building collapse. Sometimes we assume that a particular support has been missed out from the drawing. So this leads to what? That particular support or a particular column or a pillar may have cracks and which may end with causing the building collapse. So the complex design add complexity in the construction work to which only the designer can interpret. So no matter how the complex drawing or design is there, it should be easy to understand. So drawings must be easy to understand. The another factor is major causes of inferior quality. Skilled labor. There is, if particular on construction site, there is no skilled labor used. That is a major factor affecting the on-site labor productivity. And this is the major problem the contractor has to face during the execution of the project. So skilled labor absenteeism, skilled labor absenteeism is one of the major factors which affects the on-site labor productivity. Second important factor, material storage. You can say material shortage, storage. So material like cement, gypsum, sand, tiles. If there is a shortage in these materials, this causes the inferior quality to construction. Lack of material management system. This is an important or major factor for inferior quality. Rework. Already the construction item is constructed, but over the period of time during construction it has been found that it is a defect. Then what is the remedial for it? You have to replace it. So you have to do some treatment on this. This is called as rework. So rework is also a major cause. And that rework may be in a construction or it may be also in a design also. Or there are some design errors or improper instruction to the laborers. Poor supervision. The negligence of supervisor on laborers and their activities. So all these causes leads to inferior quality. So skilled labor, material shortage, lack of material management system, rework. That rework may be in a design, improper instruction to the laborers, poor supervision, and negligence of supervisor on laborers and their activity. So all these are factors which leads to poor quality in construction.